Hey, it's me, Nick, on this week's Before the Sermon. You may not know this about me, but I'm the youngest of 3 kids in my family. Now I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the youngest is the best. First, you get to wear all the cool clothes that your older siblings wore. Second, anytime you fight with your brother and sister, the parents side with you. And lastly, because you're the youngest, all the special events that happen in your life feel just a little extra more special because you're the last kid. For example, for me, when I graduated high school, my family decided to go on a big European vacation. In order to make this trip happen, we had to do something called a house swap. That's where you and another family from another country decide to switch houses and spend your vacation time there. Now, in order to get the house ready for them, we had to clean, we had to clear out our closets, we had to clean out the garage, we had to get our cars ready, we filled the fridge with delicious food that they could have, and we got everything ready for them so that when they arrived, the house would feel like a sanctuary. A place where people could come, rest, relax, and make plans for visiting all the cool locations on the island. It felt really good getting the house ready for them, because if they had arrived and the house was messy and in disorder and the cars didn't work, well, that would feel pretty awful. And I know, because when we arrived at their house in England, it was a disaster. When we arrived at their house, we found that they had left laundry everywhere. The closets were stuffed full of their clothes and we had no space for our stuff. The food in the fridge had gone bad and was rotten. We spent our first days of our vacation trying to clean up and fix a giant mess. In today's sermon, we're gonna hear from Winston about how Israel had to get ready for God, that they set up a tabernacle so that God would dwell among them. When Israel was told to prepare for God, they did all sorts of offerings in order to get ready for Him. In my case, our family, we did all sorts of cleaning and getting things prepared. But it's kind of the same thing. Because if you don't get ready, the experience is going to be kind of painful. When Israel first met God at Mount Sinai, they were not ready. However, unlike back in Moses' time, we don't have to prepare a tabernacle or a temple. Instead, God dwells in us. You are the tabernacle. But that means the kind of cleaning and getting ready we have to do is a little bit different. Instead of making offerings of bronze and gold and silver, we get ready for God by looking in our hearts, in our minds, and looking to our relationships. Today is Communion Sunday. It's a time where we stop and prepare so that we keep ourselves ready for God to dwell in us. Stay tuned next week for our next Lesson Before the Sermon.